Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Mariah. Today's topic is sign language. In this video I will cover everything about sign language. This video is research based. For the research in this video I used one article to gather information for this topic, and the article is called Everything You Need to Know About Sign Language, and this is from the Connect Here website. All of us have a unique way to communicate in order to navigate the world around us and interpret life. Even though speaking is considered the most common language mode among people, not everyone is able to exercise it. There are over 10 million individuals across Pakistan who live with some level of hearing loss. For someone who maintains the condition of deafness and cannot hear, the use of auditory language to exchange information is in no way. A large number of the population is disconnected from the mainstream hearing-dominated society and lie at risk of being marginalized because people who are limited to using only speech cannot communicate with them. A lack of access to support the conversation between both communities also adds to the problem. Because of this, a large challenge in the form of a communication gap between the deaf, hard of hearing, and hearing people arises. To bridge this gap, a non-verbal language known as sign language exists. You must now be wondering, what exactly is this sign language? Number 1. Sign language is a natural and visual form of language that uses movement and expression to convey meaning between people. Sign language is a nonverbal language that deaf persons exclusively count on to connect with their social environment. It is based on verbal cues through the hands, eyes, face, mouth, and body. The gestures or symbols in sign language are organized in a logistical way. It is a rich combination of finger spelling, hand gestures, body language, facial expression, timing, touch, and anything else that communicates thoughts and ideas without the use of speech. Deaf people are the main users of sign language. Some hard of hearing people use it as a handy means of communication too. It is also used by those hearing individuals who cannot use speech due to a disability or condition, or by those who have deaf family members, and even sometimes by monks who have taken a vow of silence. Number 2. No person or committee invented sign language. No one knows for sure when the first deaf person tried out verbal gestures to express themselves. Many sources agree that using hand gestures and body language is one of the oldest and most basic forms of human communication, and it has been around just as long as spoken language. The first written document of sign language is said to have come from Plato from ancient Greece. And I'm sorry if I say anything wrong here. In his Craphilas, I'm sorry if that's wrong, he recorded Socrates saying, if we had neither voice nor tongue, and yet wished to manifest things to one another, should we not, like those which are at present mute, endeavor to signify our meaning by our hands, head, and other parts of our body? Native Americans also use sign language to communicate with other ethnic groups who spoke different languages. Some say today that sign language came into form more than 200 years ago, through the mixture of different cultures and local sign languages. As time went on, the mixed form changed to a vibrant, complex, and mature language in every region. Number 3. Different countries have different sign languages. There are several thousand languages across the world, and all are different from each other in one sense or the other. In the same way, sign language has hand gestures and verbal representation of many different types. There is Pakistani Sign Language, which is PSL. We have American Sign Language, which is ASL. British Sign Language, which is BSL. We have French Sign Language, which is LSF. Indian Sign Language, which is ISL, and so on. American Sign Language, which is ASL, and British Sign Language, which is BSL, are both based on English language. Pakistani Sign Language, which is PSL, and Indian Sign Language, which is ISL, are also well-known sign languages in the South Asian region. There are many varieties of sign language in the region, including several subsets of home and local sign languages. There is a difference in the flow of signing, pronunciation, slang, and some gestures. These local signs also have distinct accents and dialect, similar to how certain English or Urdu words are written differently in separate parts of the country. Number 4. Sign language is different from spoken language. Each language, whether verbal or nonverbal, has their own elements and features and differ from each other in how they operate. Even though sign language is another means of communication and also has every basic feature of language, it is still different from spoken language in many ways. You can express your thoughts and ideas in sign language in different forms, just as you can with other languages like Urdu and English. Unlike spoken languages, where speakers may convey meaning by using their voice, sign language users use hand gestures and facial expressions to send a visual signal, use signs to say hello or goodbye to someone, or point to something they want, and use body language to emphasize an idea. Number 5. Sign languages have their own grammar. It is said that sign languages are manual expressions of spoken languages, but it's not true. In reality, both language modes have their own grammar, structure, vocab, and syntax. The grammars of these visual and gestural-based sign languages are unlike the grammars of sound-based or written languages. Unlike in spoken languages, where grammar is expressed through sound-based signifiers for stress, aspect, mode, and syntax, the way we organize the individual words, sign languages use hand movements, sign order, as well as body and facial cues to create grammar. In ASL, certain mouth and eye movements act as adverbal or adversal modifiers. Like, so for example, it's saying adjectives or adverb modifiers, if that didn't sound right the first time. This is because Gestural-based languages are concerned with appearance and concepts, whereas spoken or written languages are more about grammar rules. Number 6. Children learn sign languages the same way they learn spoken language. Parents are usually the power source of a child's early language learning. Children learn how to do signs from a young age and as natural as they do with any spoken languages. There are also important sign language stages and baby babble. When babies are learning the visual language, they babble with their hands over time. They learn how to better express the signs. If a hearing child is born to parents who are deaf and use sign language, the child will catch the mechanisms the same way they would if the parents use spoken language, and they will become fluent sign language users. On the other hand, if a deaf child has hearing parents, the learning of sign language may be different. In fact, studies suggest that 9 out of 10 children who are deaf are born to hearing parents. Some hearing parents are reluctant to introduce sign language to their deaf child. Some of them who do choose to, they learn it along with their deaf child so that they could communicate with them. Sometimes the child may only learn sign language through their deaf peers, other deaf family members, or community people. And number 7, sign language is a visual language. We all know this fact, but it is important to emphasize. Sign language may be like any other language in many ways and should be valued as such, but it is also different. Sign language is an expressive and artistic in comparison to a spoken language's auditory nature. The gesture of hands and body, facial expressions, and hand spelling breathe life into its visual spirit. Sign language may be an animated way to convey meaning, but it can be quite easy and formal. Communication in sign language is like a dramatic art performance. The rhythm of words, expressive facial cues, the small pauses in between, the breath intake, the emphasis and melody, body language, and head and hand gestures. It is beautiful not only because it shows what sign language has the power to do, but it shows us what language does. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am open to any suggestions you have for any future video topics. Please let me know what they are in the comment section below or on my Twitter page. And my Twitter page is Burley Mariah, and I can spell it for you. It is at Burley, which is Burley, and my first name is Mariah, which is Mariah. The next video will be on making websites more accessible for the disabled, and which was decided through a 2-day poll I had held on my Twitter page. I hope everyone's continuing to stay safe. I will post my notes in the comment section for anyone who needs them. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to and found this video to be helpful. Feel free to share this video with anyone you think might need it. If you want to be notified for when I do any live streams or upload any new content, you're going to want to hit the bell icon, and under the bell icon, you're going to want to select the all options. And before I end this video, I wanted to say I leave my mistakes in these videos. And for anyone who knows me, for anyone who knows me and anyone that's new, I leave these mistakes in these videos because I want you to see how hard it is and how much I push to get through this information, because I want you to know how important this information is for me to get out there. Even, I mean, I learned things I didn't know. I knew there was a lot of different sign languages. I don't think I knew like certain things in this video. Like I didn't know about like the 9 out of 10 they're like every 9 out of 10 children are deaf born to hearing parents. I had no idea about that. But like I said, I leave my mistakes in this video because I want you to know how that I struggle just like everyone else, and I want you to see that I'm still willing to push past it. I want you to know that I will just be as honest and open as I can. Thanks you guys for watching. I love you guys. Bye.